Heading into week 9 of the fantasy football season, I'm giving you my starts and sits of the week at the quarterback position. Now, this video is really more aimed towards people who are streaming the position or who are in 2 quarterback and super flex leagues. A lot of teams are on bye this week: the Browns, Cowboys, Broncos, Giants, Steelers, and 49ers. But I have a list that I feel very confident in, and I hope it's going to help you this week covering off those buys, or if you're streaming the position. Do me a favor, drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below your most difficult start sit decision. All right, my first start of the week, and this is a player that myself and Badaki have advocated for, we've stood behind, even though a lot of people on our Dynasty channel have roasted us for it. That is Justin Fields. We love the talent. We're finally starting to see him shine. And check this out. Since week 5, I'm going to throw some numbers out for you. Since week 5, he's averaging 10.5 rushing attempts per game, so he has a safe floor on the ground. He's averaging 22.4 fantasy points per game, and in that span, he is the quarterback 2 in all of fantasy football. 6-point passing touchdown. The quarterback 2. He is on an absolute tear. The rushing upside gives him a really, really safe floor. He goes up against Miami, who gives up the 7th most points to quarterbacks. Last week, they allowed Jared Goff to score 20 points, and he only threw 1 touchdown. So I really, really like this matchup for Justin Fields. My second start of the week is Trevor Lawrence versus the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders are currently getting absolutely torched by quarterbacks. There is not a better matchup in the entire NFL than the Las Vegas Raiders. So I know Trevor Lawrence had a pretty rough week last week, scored under 10 fantasy points through 2 interceptions. I think this is a week where he bounces back. Outside of last week, there's not a single week that you can point to where he scored under 10 fantasy points this year. And typically he's been in the high teens to 20s as a fantasy finish this year. Quarterback 9 on the year rather. And this is a fantastic matchup. I really like this for Trevor Lawrence. Keep in mind, last week, Andy Dalton faced the same defense in the Las Vegas Raiders, and he put up 21 fantasy points. So I like this matchup for Trevor. My third start of the week, and I know another player that's kind of been struggling up and down, but how about Aaron Rodgers at the Detroit Lions? The Detroit Lions currently give up the 2nd most points to quarterbacks. So this is the 2nd best matchup you could find for any quarterback, and it's Aaron Rodgers' turn to do it. In the last 2 weeks versus Washington and Buffalo, he's had at least 18 points or more. He's had at least 2 touchdowns in the past 2 weeks. So while they're losing these games, they're starting to figure a couple things out. Still a lot to figure out, but they're starting to figure a couple things out. Don't know if Allen Lazard's going to play, but this matchup is absolutely incredible for Aaron Rodgers. There's enough weapons for him to at least give you a 15 to 20 point floor. Look for this to be the bounce back week for this offense in general, and Aaron Rodgers could have his best game of the year. My third start of the week, we are heading to Tennessee. We're actually heading to Kansas City. Ryan Tannehill at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs currently give up the 3rd most points to fantasy quarterbacks. The Chiefs offense has been incredible this year, but a lot of that has masked how terrible their defense is. And a lot of teams are scoring through the air on this Kansas City Chiefs defense, which is not healthy. They don't have all their secondary. They're playing 2nd, 3rd stringers, practice squad guys. And I'm assuming Ryan Tannehill is going to be back and he's going to be the starter this week. It's a good matchup. There will be enough opportunity for Ryan Tannehill to give you kind of like that 15-point floor. He's the least confident of the 4, but I still think he's a good start for those who are struggling to find a starting option this week. All right, and to finish the video, I'm going to give you 2 sits of the week. My first sit is PJ Walker. He goes up against the Bengals, who currently give up the 5th fewest points to the position. Now, I know the Bengals just got absolutely rocked by the Browns, but I fully anticipate them to be able to bounce back from that loss. PJ Walker has had 2 weeks back-to-back of 19 points, but I don't like this matchup, and I don't want to go out and face a Bengals team that just got embarrassed on Monday Night Football. My second sit of the week is Davis Mills, who plays the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, as if you were going to start him, but just in case anybody was going to, you don't start Davis Mills versus the Eagles. The Eagles give up the 2nd fewest points to the position. And this one is really more aimed towards those people in Superflex leagues. If you're in a Superflex 2 quarterback league, like maybe Davis Mills is not your starter this week. Maybe you choose a positional player instead of him. That's why I'm bringing this one up. So that's all my starts and sits at the quarterback position. Why don't you comment down below? Tell me your most difficult decision this week. Like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you in another video here very soon.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch
now,
it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/FantasyLand fam.